medical definition, most of these people would be said to be conscious. But consciousness is a matter of degree. Still, they're moving, so they must be alive. They must be warm to the touch. Annoying, a little lapse of attention like that, but not fatal, walking along the street. Driving, that's something else again. Driving his car, John Backstrom was not really conscious, not really warm to the touch, nor is he now. When you're driving your car, are you warm to the touch? Probably not. There aren't too many like George Sloan. George is that rare breed, a defensive driver, a driver who is warm to the touch. 45 years old, driving since he was 16, he's probably driven 750,000 miles. Each morning about 7:30, he fires up the engine and lets it warm up for a minute while he checks the lights and tires. As he says, 3 pounds too little air in a tire means a lot of extra flexing, a lot of extra heat. Maybe a blowout. Maybe not this trip, but maybe the next, when your wife is driving. A defensive driver like George likes to keep his hands free for driving. So before he starts, he cleans the windshield, checks his turn signals, adjusts the rearview mirror, and if he had wanted it on now, he'd adjust the radio. And the heater, too, if it was heater time. Safety belt fastened, side view mirror adjusted, and door locked. He's ready to hit the road for his daily drive to the city. Warming up the engine is a good thing at any time, but especially in winter, when otherwise you could find yourself stalled half in and half out of your driveway with a 10-ton truck loaded with concrete reinforcing rods about to contest the right-of-way with you. George holds the wheel with both hands always, either at 10 and 2 o'clock if things look lively, or at 8 and 4 if he's relaxed. He won't smoke, and if you shot a gun off in the back seat, he wouldn't look round. He'll carry on a conversation, but won't look at you. He sees the countryside he's passing through and enjoys himself. But in one corner of his head, separate business is being done every minute.
3 houses down. Here's where that chasing dog lives. Lies beside the road and runs at the wheel. Get set for him. Hold the course. Don't give him an inch. Remember an Airedale who killed 4 people. Ran at the car, the driver twitched the wheel to the left, got about 4 inches into a truck passing the other way. It was enough. Round this corner, not too close to the edge, somebody could be walking. Could be a kid on a bicycle. That kid's getting set for a run into the road. Whoop. If kids run into the road, stop and talk to them nicely. Hey, look, you little guys. Don't run out into the road like that. You scared me half to death. I was afraid I was going to run right over you. They remember better if they get it from a stranger. It's always good to stop at a junction of this sort, even when there isn't a sign. Too many people creep around the corner and then wonder what hit them. long bend here. 2 entry roads to watch. Nothing in this one. Bend down there. Cows in the field on the right side. Somebody may be moving the herd across the road. Don't bet they milk at 6 every morning. Old lady doing about 25. I'd be better off with her behind me. Kids horsing around. Must be waiting for the school bus. Better give them the horn and a little room. New house going up. Workmen. Could be a truck coming out. Now, you wouldn't be thinking of cutting across me, would you? Well, you made it, sport. Lucky you. It may look silly, but so does a plaster cast on the neck. So he's a bumper rider, too. You need about 4 lengths on a road like this. Maybe I can shake him. Hard to believe. The fellow is half a second from being spread all over the road, and he doesn't even know it. Entry road coming up. I'm going to hang back on this guy until I can pass. He could be getting drowsy. He may have been pushing that rig for 8 hours. And he's empty. If he hits the brakes, he'll stop on a dime. Well, look at him. Good luck to you if you do that too often. Yeah, tired. Got a nice shoulder to sleep on. Wake up now. Traffic on the freeway doing 60 and up. Pick your hole and get into it at 60. You need 6 lengths on a freeway, 1 for every 10 miles an hour. I probably won't get it, but I can try. Gas station. Now watch it. Charlie's station wagon up ahead might suddenly decide he needs gas or the kids need watering. Well, that's bad driving on my part for not believing my own hunch. It's better over here. This joker's coming down the ramp at about 35. He should be coming in at 60 so as not to make traffic slow for him. Now, let's get out of this passing lane just as soon as possible. That's a pretty neglected car up ahead. Get away from me, fella. I wonder when he last had a check over. And with that flat tire, he's a liability to everyone. Kid's doing about 80. If there's a cop within 10 miles, he'll nail him for sure. Knows how to drive, though. Taking that bend like a train, not an inch offline. The old story. Terrific reaction time, no judgment. A kid that age is so quick, he thinks he can get himself out of any kind of a jam. And then one day, he gets in over his head, and that's it. I'm going to see to it that my kids take high school driver education courses. They're worthwhile. Reduce your insurance premiums, too. Man and wife, probably, the way they're arguing. I'll turn my lights on, try to get them over. No dice, he's too busy. He must have been drinking to behave that way. He's so high he's forgotten his rear view mirror. Mercedes 190. No, 230 SL. Lot of speed, no sense. On a winding road, he could run away from the cop, but he probably won't try. Conscience gets you, and if you run, you're really looking for trouble. He should get right off the road to change a flat. Probably wanted concrete to put his jack base on. You should carry a square foot of wood in the trunk for that. He ought to have a warning out, too. One of those folding red triangles or a flare. It beats me how the police stay polite to us when they see the things we drivers do to each other every day. I guess we'll eventually learn that they're trying to save us from ourselves. Sorry, fella. You're probably okay going home to see your sick mother, but I've got enough to do driving and trying to stay alive without wondering about some stranger sitting beside me. Well, here we go again. Doing about 55 and blocking it nicely for the rest of us. I'm going to ease up on these cats. 10 lengths isn't too much if they slide into each other. Their chances of trouble are 6 or 7 times what they would be if they were running alone like sensible people. Car ahead of them now, so one of them will have to give. Sedan, I guess. Oh, a pair of real idiots. Hard to believe. We'll give him the horn and see if that does anything. And now he's tucked himself in without giving a signal. Pulling over for an ambulance is not only courtesy, it could save a life. Accident ahead. Hope no one dawdles by, jamming the traffic and making the ambulance job more difficult. I'd shoot a lot fewer scenes like this if only people would learn that a good driver is a defensive driver who drives from a quarter of a mile to a mile ahead of himself, treats every other car he sees as if it was in the hands of a moron or his worst enemy. When you drive defensively, you're warm to the touch. It takes time to learn, but it's worth it, because I've seen more wrecks than most people, and it's a messy way to die. That's what I always think of. It's so messy.